Oh, Lord, now they got the archbishops and the Catholic priests and everybody trying to go and plead before their higher uppers if they can get black folks in reparations. There's a scene in my head that reminds me of this. It looks just like this.
So what do you say?
Can we please give the Negroes reparations?
No.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys all being here. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you follow me on all these platforms you see up here and down here and over there, all right? I have to talk about this subject. I don't have to, but I just do it because a lot of folks have sent this in. Did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see that? Da, da, da. Can you please do it? A lot of us are older, Ty. We're retired. We love to hear it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and do it. Family up in Chicago, shout out to you guys. Family in the Big Ten, shout out to you guys. Also, Rockford, shout out to City of Rockford. Y'all know who y'all are for ones that want me to talk on this a little bit. I'm going to try to get through it as fast as I can. No, I'm not, because that would only take about 3 minutes. I can talk super fast and y'all would be like, dude, what in the world are you talking about? Yeah. So, oh gosh, y'all. It came out that a religious leader in Boston demanded that white churches give millions in reparations to black residents for owning slaves and want the city to pay $15 billion. I can make this really short. I gave you the answer in the beginning. You're not getting it. You're not going to get it. Okay, y'all, have a good night. No. Black people, let me tell y'all something. The only way you would get reparations, for those of you that think you're going to get it, the only way you're going to get reparations, move to Ukraine. Move to Ukraine. Better yet, go down to the southern border. Get rid of all your ID down there. Come back through the southern border. You're going to get free health, spending money. Yeah, and you can get free housing too. Just go break in somebody's house and go find a home somewhere, vacation home of somebody's, and since they're not living there, go and stay in there and have some mail go there, and you got squatters' rights. There y'all go. Living scotch free, you get a free check, free food, SNAP, you get the whole nine. There you go. Anyway, get back on a serious note. Group activist clergy held an event to ask historic churches to hand over cash. These churches had ministers and members who owned hundreds of slaves, backed by an organization pressuring the city to pay billions in reparations to blacks. Religious leaders in Boston have demanded white churches give millions of dollars in reparations to the city's black community. The activist clergy also called on them to back a push for the city of Boston to pay $15 billion in reparations for its historical role in the slave trade. And I'll bring y'all up to par what I'm showing y'all right here. And there it is, folks. Don't worry, those are not boobies. Those are backies. Oh, boy. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One of the speakers was Reverend Kevin Peterson, who wants to rename, I don't know how to say that, Hall Marketplace due to Peter Phanuel. I don't know how to say that. The wealthy merchant who built it, being a prominent slave trafficker in the 1700s. We call sincerely with a heart filled with faith and Christian love for our white churches to join us and not be silent around this issue of racism and slavery and commit to reparations. First of all, you make it sound like that's a present thing. Christian love for our white churches to join us and not be silent around the issue of racism and slavery. White people, y'all good. Y'all good. I'm done with this. No, just no. We point to them in Christian love to publicly atone for the sins of slavery, and we ask them to publicly commit to a process of reparations. These are church folks who are supposed to be about forgiving. These are church folks who are supposed to follow after Jesus Christ when Jesus Christ sat there and died on the cross for all of us, right? This is what the belief is. And Jesus said, forgive them not, for they know not what they do. What if y'all took the whole front of Jesus, black people of this Christian faith? What if y'all took that whole stance? What about when Jesus said, forgive them 7 times 70 in one day? Are you going to forgive them for that? Oh no, you want something back, huh? I thought the whole point about forgiving people is so that you and them can move on, huh? But my question is going to be, what do you need to have them forgive you for? Because these white folks a lot of day didn't do nothing to your black self. They have done nothing to your black self. Therefore, they don't owe you anything. I'll get a little bit deeper into that. Where they will extend their great wealth, tens of millions of dollars among some of those churches, put it into the black community. Peterson said in a letter signed by 16 clergymen, both black and white, was sent to churches. The group wanted to participate in giving reparations. The letter detailed ways the reparations could be paid, including a cash or by creating affordable housing or financial and economic institutions in the black Boston community area. The churches named in the letter was King's Chapel, Arlington Street Church, Trinity Church, and Old South Church. These churches were built in 1600s and 1700s, and hundreds of slaves were owned by clergy and parishioners who are not alive today, nor are those slaves. Reverend John Gibbons from Arlington Street Church also spoke at the event, saying churches were researching their history and discussing reparations, but that wasn't enough. That's all they're going to do, folks. I shouldn't have to read no more of this. All it's ever going to be is a discussion. All it's ever going to be is turmoil that's going to be used to create to keep you guys there. You are not getting any reparations, black folks. We have an influx of immigrants who are coming in here. Trust me, black people, your voice is about to be obsolete. You do not matter when it comes to the reparations. That money is going to them. If you don't believe me, just look how you're being treated right now, black folks. Look, okay. I'm sorry. Let me read some more of this because y'all know I'm about to go in on this. King Chapel published research found that 219 slaves were owned by ministers and church members in hundreds of years of its history. So that means all black folks are descendants from those 219? Who are those 219? What were their last names? Who are their family? Who are the descendants of them? Huh? Anyway, Old Church also published a report on its historical ties to slavery, and its minister, Reverend John Egerton, is on the board with the group's effort. Old South is committed to learning the truth about our history and making repair. The God who loves justice demands nothing less, like forgiveness. Yeah. Baptist leader Archbishop Leo Edwards said the U.S. failed to provide the promised 40 acres and a mule to enslaved people and needed to do so now. You know what is the acres? The prisons. The mules are the prisoners, he said at the event. Right, because somebody forced them to commit those crimes. The acres is the prison and the mules are the prisoners because somebody made them commit those crimes. Yeah. Peterson also singled out the Catholic Church, despite it being banned in Massachusetts until the state constitution was passed in 1780. They unfortunately assisted in sustaining institutionalized racism across the city, he said. Not only are we looking at the period of slavery, we're looking at 3 centuries of institutionalized anti-black racism, and the Catholic Church is inclusive of churches we want to engage. What is this? The Archdiocese of Boston said the suffering, I don't know what that word is. I don't. Archdiocese. I don't, y'all. Some of y'all tired that means that. Look, I ain't been around Catholic folks to even know what that word means or even what that is. But anyway, said the suffering of the black community is constantly with us in Commonwealth and nationally, and it would certainly review what they have proposed in the days ahead. Archbishop of Boston Cardinal Sean O'Malley wrote in the blog in 2020 that the U.S. government didn't do enough to support black people after the Civil War. So, with that being said, let me tell y'all something. After the Civil War, after slavery was ending and the Civil War and all that stuff like this, do you know that black people were increasing in hundredfolds in all occupations? Did you know that black people were married equally and if not more than white people were? Did you know that black people were doing so well that actually when they went back and did the statistics on and looked at the dang on census, black people were actually doing better to the extent that they were naming the magazine as being the new middle class of America. This is post-slavery, pre-civil rights movement. So what exactly are they talking about? I'll tell you what they're talking about. They're talking about a bunch of hogwash. I want to tell you why. These people, whether they are white, that's going along with this, they're doing it to virtue signal. Black people, they know that you are not going to get it, but at least they will feel that you feel good about them participating and encouraging you because they feel like they're on your side, knowing that you are not going to get it. Listen to me, Negroes, you are not going to get reparations. And with that being said, move on. There isn't even nothing. I shouldn't even have to tell you to move on because there's nothing for you to be moving on from. You weren't on a plantation. You weren't in slavery. Nobody whipped you. Nobody beat you. Nobody raped you. Nobody manhandled. You didn't have any of that done to you that's living today. So what is it that you think you're going to be getting? You're not going to get it. Money's being sent to Ukraine. That should show you right there. They're not talking about reparations. Joe Biden lied to y'all and told y'all that reparations is going to be something that he's going to I'm going to be highly discussing this and doing something about it. 4 years in, he didn't do nothing about it. Money went to Ukraine, Negroes. They're not even helping their own white people. The government isn't. What? Oh, Ty, East Palestine, Ohio. What do you see going on there? Huh? What do you see going on there? Maui, Hawaii? What do you see going on there? They're not even getting no help for things that's happening to them right now. East Palestine didn't have nothing. They didn't get no help from the government when things happened to them then. This has been like a year. So Maui, Hawaii, that's recent. They're not getting no aid from the government. What makes you think they're going to give your old Negroes bust something that happened hundreds of years ago? What do you think? You really think they're going to do? You really think you're going to get something? Now, you can have the argument that we should be getting blah, 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 blah. I get what y'all saying. I've heard several points from a lot of people that can explain why, and I don't agree with it, but I'm just simply saying, when you get done doing all that hooting, hollering, yelling, and you come with your statistics, you come with showing everything, and I'm telling you that you're still not going to get it. What are you going to do from there on? What are you going to do? When I tell you it's not happening, what is your plan now? I'm going to stay back and spend the rest of my days fighting for it. You're fighting for nothing. The it is nothing. It does not exist. You're not going to get it. You're going to die, and they're going to be at your funeral. He fought all his days trying to get the reparation. She fought all her days trying to get us reparations, y'all. That's a wasted life. If it's not going to happen, move on. I shouldn't even have to say move on. Just move, period. You're not going to get it. How do you know that you're not a descendant of slaves that never seen slavery, black people? How do you know you're not descendants of the indentured servants that actually did end up getting land and everything like that, and they end up doing the same exact thing? How do you know that you're not a descendant of a slave master who turned out to be black? Because there were a lot of them in the South. How do you know that you're not a descendant of slaves that were owned by the indigenous people of America or Indians? How do you know you're not a descendant of them? So who exactly do you feel like you're going to get your reparations from? And if you want to trace it down the line, what about the ones who probably sold you to the white man or sold you to the Indians or sold you to other black people? So there's a whole lot of things that go into that. And you can argue this all day long. And even if you prove me wrong with your stats and with your facts and everything like that, I can be wrong. But what I'm not going to be wrong on is the fact that you're not getting it. These immigrants are coming in, and black people, they are about to be the new black. Illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, migrants, asylum seekers are going to be the new black. And if you don't believe me, look what's going on right now. You have people who are black, the New York mayor. You have people who are black, Chicago mayor. Look what they're doing to their own people. Y'all thought because you had a black person that's in a political, powerful position that they're going to look out for y'all, didn't y'all? If they were white right now, y'all would be pissed off and having marches and everything on there saying, look at the white supremacy going on. Look at this. Look at the racism. Look at the systemic racism going on. You're in the system as being the mayor. You're in the system as being the mayor of Chicago. You're in the system as being the mayor of New York. If they were white, this is what they would be doing. Black Lives Matter, NAACP, Al Sharpton. The only reason why they treating the black people like this and they doing them immigrants like this because he's a white man. They care more about the immigrants than they do black people. This is the systemic racism we talking about. But because Brandon Johnson is black and Mayor Adams is black, y'all know, he only doing the best. They putting pressure on him. It's the white people keeping him from bull crap. It's a system that's set up, and that system is going to include not you Negroes. They noticed that there was a shift that was coming because y'all starting to wake up about what the Democrat Party has always done to black people. And with them doing that, they felt it and they knew it was coming. So they had to open up them borders and let those people come in so they can pimp them like they pimped us for years. 4 years they pimped us. And now that y'all waking up, y'all got them scared now. Hold on now. How's Trump all of a sudden getting all these black people to kind of turn over a new leaf and coming towards him. Hold on, let's get some woo. Let's play this game again about giving freebies out. Free homes, free stay, free money, free this, free that. Let's get enough people to come into these blue state areas where the district is so they can have a lot of representation there, so more people that can be in Congress, more elected. That's what they're doing. They repeating the 3/5 clause all over again, except it's not black people this time. It's asylum seekers. It's Venezuelans. It's Haitians. It's Cubans. Asian people. Yes, that's what it is. So, what I really want you to be able to do if you're listening to this and you're black, you need to realize it's not happening. You're going to be stuck in this pattern of thinking that you've been in, not moving on, not enhancing your life because you're sitting back fighting something that doesn't exist. What are you talking about racism? I'm not talking about racism. You're missing the point if you thought I was talking about racism. I'm talking about you getting reparations does not exist. And if you can believe that and really bring it into your soul and say, I'm not going to get it, we're not going to get it. Now you can go ahead and get on with your life. I'm telling you, watch. I said this 5 years ago when they were talking about reparations. Did anything change? No, because Joe Biden, you don't know what you're talking about. He really going to do it. Joe Biden don't even know what reparations is. Anyway, y'all do me a favor. Make sure y'all hit that like button right now. Hit it right now. Hit that like button right now. All right. Also, before y'all close this thing out, get into those cell phones. Encourage somebody in your contact list to subscribe to this channel after they've checked it out. Also, for those of you that got social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, please DM somebody that you know that you follow, etc., whatever like that, and let them know about the channel. Encourage them to subscribe to the channel. What do y'all think about this? Am I wrong on this? Do you think that black people are going to get reparations? If you do think that black people will get reparations, explain to me how they're going to get reparations. Huh? That's what I want. If you don't think black people are going to get reparations, explain to me why you don't think they're going to get reparations. I'm willing to hear. Y'all heard my thoughts. What are yours? I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.